favorite songs to do. The song is called The Glory of Love, and you've probably all heard this one time or another, especially if you go to the movies. They love it in movie soundtracks. Used to do this in the key of C and real fast. I do it in E and a little slower. This song has some history in folk music, though, you know. In the 50s, when Bill had been discovered by the budding folk music scene, Pete Seeger and all those folks. There was a little tour booked up with what was left of the Weavers with Pete Seeger and Big Bill Broonzy. And the Voice, Studs Terkel from Chicago, went with them as master of ceremonies. And Studs had Big Bill on his radio show a lot. In WFMT in Chicago. And on that radio show, Big Bill sang The Glory of Love. You gotta give a little, lose a little, etc. And Studs Terkel leaned into the microphone and says, well, surely, Big Bill, that's not a folk song. Because it was all about folk music, you know. And Big Bill said the immortal words, well, I never heard a horse sing it. That's right. And that's the beginning of that old canard of everything's a folk song, because I never heard a horse do it. It was Big Bill responding to Studs Terkel about this song. Now, after Broonzy lost his voice, he could still play guitar, and he was a great guitar player. Real strong thumb and a great sense of percussion. And in the fall of '57, the Old Town School of Folk Music opened up for the very first time. It's still going strong in Old Town Chicago. And their first lesson was Big Bill Broonzy, how to play the blues. And he didn't have a voice except a whisper. But he taught all those people how to play The Glory of Love. It goes like this. Take a little, let your poor heart break a little. That's the story, and that's the glory of love. You gotta cry a little, sigh a little, let the clouds roll by. That's the glory of love. As long as there's the two of us, we got the world in all of its charms. And when the world is through with us, we got each other's arms. Lord knows I sing the blues. That's the story of, and that's the glory of love. Didn't tell you who wrote this. It was written by a Boston songwriter out to California to make his fortune in the 1930s and 40s. He played in a bunch of Western swing bands. And was on the radio of some. His name was Billy Hill. That was his given name, Billy Hill. He wrote a lot of songs for novelty bands and such. He was always self-conscious about his name. Billy Hill. Especially when it showed up last name first. Well, that's just an old hillbilly song. Yuck, 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 yuck. And he was waiting all his life for one big commercial success. And this was it. 2 years after he died. And then it really got big in the movies. It was the theme song to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
I don't know who.
Guess who? Because of this bridge. Not as long as there's the two of us, we got the world and all of its charms. And when the world is through with us, we got each other's arms. We gotta sigh a little, cry a little, and let those clouds go by.